Hello everybody, welcome to the United Stand here at the Anthony Hotel. Just want to thank the hotel personally for letting us use this amazing backdrop that we've got here. As you can see, this is where the players are staying and it is a spectacular hotel. We've got a few things to get through today actually. We're going to bring some transfer news for the first time on our first transfer show while we're here in Bangkok. We've got the Jong updates, we've got more news about Lisandro Martinez, a couple of players that could possibly be on the way out of Old Trafford as well, and plenty more. We're going to do a quick fire show. We're going to make these a regular show on the United Stand, so do stay tuned daily for these shows. Obviously I would like to thank Wash and Go for sponsoring us and giving us the opportunity to come out on tour here. They're with us all the way through from Bangkok all the way through to Norway at the end of this tour back to Old Trafford, so thank you for them for sponsoring the channel and getting us here to places like this. As you can see, absolutely spectacular. Anyway, let's get into it. It's a bit of transfer news. I've got it, you have to bear with me. There's a lot happened overnight. Obviously weekends, the whole palaver of everyone being here on tour and everything like that. There is a lot going on today. We're actually at the press conference and open training today as well, and we're trying to keep you afoot with everything that's going on from this side, because there's a lot of journalists here. We have seen all the major players here already, and there's a few of them reporting today. I mean, I think everything's just gone down on a Monday. That's simply because the tours took preference over the weekend. But firstly, I mean, Frankie de Jong is main headlines. What's coming across with Frankie de Jong now is it's quite clear that there is a debate. I think it's everyone reporting on the same thing now. The deferral of his wages. So he's reportedly on a certain wage this year, which is then going to go up next year. He's in debate with Barcelona. There's quite a few journalists who've picked up on this. Sammy Luckhurst has been one, and a few others as well. But what it basically means is, obviously, Frankie de Jong is on a certain wage package this year. He obviously deferred his wages under the pandemic when everything was going down, and he is now unhappy, very unhappy with everything that is going on at Barcelona, how he is being treated, how Barcelona have let certain things leak, and his people are now in full-on debate and you could say argument with Barcelona themselves. You've got to look at it this way. It does look like nothing is going to happen on this deal now until everything is settled with Frankie de Jong and Barcelona personally. His people are negotiating what is owed to Frankie de Jong, and it looks like Manchester United, from what all the journalists have been saying, it looks like from United's side of things, they're just waiting to see exactly what happens and goes down. And I think no, we can't really, we can speculate, we can hope, we can read things. We're hearing that Frankie de Jong does still want to come to United. We're hearing Frankie de Jong isn't really too fussed about Manchester United. There's lots of conflicting reports all over the place, but one thing is for certain, and what we are going to run with and what we're going to look at is, until things are sorted at Barcelona with Frankie de Jong's wages, nothing is going to happen with Frankie coming to Manchester United. That on its own is a problem for United, especially with the tour. I mean, we're looking now like we're not going to see any new players come out on tour. Maybe we're going to see something when we get over to Australia when we set off on Wednesday, but until then I don't think we're going to see any new players. We personally have just seen all the players leave this morning, 31-man squad, everyone there. So it does look like Malacia is going to be the only player that we see at this part of the tour. Whether or not Eriksen is going to be there is rumours that Christian Eriksen's medical is going to be today. A more extensive one because of his heart condition and why this deal hasn't actually crossed the line yet, and the I's haven't been dotted, the T's haven't been crossed, and we're going to be waiting probably a couple more days. But there is hope within the club that the deal can be done, and possibly Christian Eriksen can make it on tour when it comes to the Australia leg, or a part of the tour when we're in Australia, which will be Wednesday after tomorrow's game against Liverpool. But that pretty much sums up the definites. Everything else is negotiations right now. Going back to Frankie de Jong, it does now look like, and what we've heard, what Ten Hag has been saying is he's not really bothered. Ten Hag's not bothered about waiting. He knows what he's got in that player, and if it comes in August, if it comes on deadline day, it's not going to be an issue with Ten Hag, because he knows that he's going to slot straight into that team. So everyone is sort of getting a little bit anxious now. Everyone's thinking, are we going to get the Sancho sort of saga? Some people are thinking way back to when Cesc Fabregas was supposed to be coming to Manchester United, and this is the fear. When we've dealt with Barcelona before, we've never really come out of it smelling the roses. We've never come out of it well. And that's the fear with a lot of United fans now. It's like nothing is happening still. What, today, the 11th of July, on tour, the tour seems to have taken complete preference over everything right now. And obviously, yeah, that is how it should be. We want to see the players back, we want to see the players training and getting ready and prepared. But on the transfer front, it's a completely different ball game. Yeah, Malacia looks like he's settled in very nicely. That's very good. Whether or not he is a first team player, we will see, and maybe get some idea of that over the tour, especially tomorrow when a lot of players are going to get game time. But I don't think personally now, and this is just me, the way it's breaking down, the way it's looking from this side, and hopefully today when we have a chat with a few of the journalists when we're in the press box and we're in the open training, we'll maybe get some inside info, we'll maybe get an idea of how everything's sort of going down, what the mood is with everything United. But personally, from what I'm looking at right now and how I'm seeing things, I don't see anyone else coming out on tour, which is a massive shame, a real shame. Speaking of players on tour, we have to flip it across, and the fans out here have been absolutely amazing. We've been with them today, but the massive disappointment is Cristiano Ronaldo. It's been reported now, every single journalist that is here, and it is all of them, that Manchester United now have accepted that Cristiano Ronaldo will not be coming out on tour. Gutted, yes. Gutted for all the fans, the overseas fans, incredibly gutted, because they don't get a chance to see these superstars, and you can see what it means to them this morning, just being in amongst them. And nearly every single United player, I just need to make this point, nearly every single United player spent time signing autographs this morning, so massive credit to them, because these fans have been waiting a long time, and there was no show. We was with hundreds of fans last night and United's training session got cancelled. The disappointment was there for all to see. But all the players this morning made an effort to come and see the fans and sign and take pictures, which was really good. And this was before training as well, so really good atmosphere this morning amongst the players. But Cristiano Ronaldo, sadly, is not going to be here. And what that tells you, I mean, there's going to be plenty of questions asked later on in the press conference today regarding Ronaldo, I'm sure. Everyone would want an update. And does that affect the transfer plans? Because we're looking at Antony. There's no real official approach been made by all accounts. Obviously, we're still talking Lisandro Martinez. Negotiations apparently are ongoing. That one's dragged on longer than what we thought. But maybe Ajax are just digging their heels in right now. They've lost a lot this summer, and they have to obviously think about themselves as well. Martinez, Antony, we've already taken the manager in Ten Hag, and they've got a lot, and they have to look after their ship as well. So I do believe, and that's why I'm thinking we're not going to see any more players on tour. Possibly Eriksen in the Australian leg, like I said earlier on. But past that, I don't see anything happening. Maybe when we get back, I could see Lisandro Martinez signing. Frenkie de Jong, I think now we're just going to have to accept that this is just going to drag and drag and drag and go all the way into the latter stages of the transfer window. There's nothing we can do except hope. The only good thing about the Frenkie de Jong one, the integration side of it, I think will be seamless. With him knowing Ten Hag and the system he's putting in, that's the only positive I'm going to hold from that if this does happen. But you have to look at it, there's still a very, very, very good possibility that Frenkie de Jong is not going to end up at Manchester United. Now, you heard Mark last night talking about Tielemans and Neves as possible solutions, or players that could come in if Frenkie de Jong does not come to Manchester United. But when you look at it, it is going to be embarrassing for the football club if this does not happen. Sorry, I've just got a bit of an update here right now on Frenkie de Jong from James Ducker. I'm just going to read this out. Manchester United have been given assurances Frenkie de Jong open to a move if Barcelona pay issue is resolved. Club hoping Christian Eriksen will become second summer signing later on this week. Worked through stringent medical Ronaldo tour situation. Pretty much exactly what I just said. So yeah, James Ducker, thank you very much for confirming what I was saying. But yeah, that pretty much does look like what is happening. Eriksen possibly on tour, no one else. Sorry to burst anyone's bubble on that one, or hope, but there's a long way to go yet in this transfer window. And United, well, one thing we do know for certain, and is a guarantee, is they're in no rush. They want to play the long game. We just have to sit back as United fans and suffer with it and go along with it in hope that they have got something going on in the background, and they are going to sort something out, because we know this squad needs depth. We know it needs quality and depth. Right now, it's down to Ten Hag's magic and what he can get out of this squad. It's the same squad as it was, and interestingly enough, and you'll see this on the footage on the match day vlog tomorrow when we've gone through today's, sorry, not match day vlog, with the tour vlog, because we're going to the press conference today and open training, and that video will be out tomorrow. But there's some interesting footage as all the players were walking out of the hotel today for the bus. Again, and I've seen this a couple of times and people are picking up on this, but Ten Hag had his arm around Martial, talking in depth to him constantly all the way to the bus. Now, reading to that what you want, to me it says Martial is definitely a forward option, and there is a possibility that we have to make do with what we got. That's what I read. You can look into it as much as you want, but there's a lot of emphasis and there's a lot of effort being made by Ten Hag from the outside here, what it looks like that Martial is going to play a big part in this team, maybe. Interesting. Some people will be happy with that, some people not so. But we're going to have to see a big attitude change and a big mentality change within this squad, if this same playing squad is going to be the one that's going forward. So we will see what happens from that, but do check out the footage on that from the tour vlog tomorrow when that comes up on the channel. But for now, in terms of transfers, guys, that's, I'm afraid, all I've got for you. Again, I just want to wrap up this video by thanking the Anthony Hotel. It is an absolutely amazing hotel, and for them to get us in here when they did yesterday was absolutely brilliant. The backdrop is superb, the people around here and the staff are absolutely amazing. I just want to thank them personally for all the help that they gave us over the last couple of days. And of course, again, thanks to Wash and Go. I've had my wash, now I'm going to go because it's time to do some more work. It's press conference time, everyone. Cheers for watching, like, share and subscribe as always to the United Stand, everybody. Thank you very much. I will see you tomorrow.
The United Stand on tour, supported by Wash and Go.